Once again, an elected official is confronted by a constituent who has a problem with student loan forgiveness. And the constituent says something to effect of, you're going to be able to see the video in just a moment. Why should I have to pay for somebody else's college tuition? And I want you to watch this video because the response to this person is masterful. And it shows how a society works.
We are here today partly because you didn't make choices in the prior administration where people who didn't go to college were being asked to pay off the loans of those that did go to college. Where was your voice?
Everyone.
You talked about Constitution, you talked about illegality and things of that sort. And to my understanding, the forgiveness of student loans was not legal. So were you making choices about that? And again, I'm talking to you as a taxpayer.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm up to here on taxes for the federal government. I'm up to here on the federal government taxes and on the state taxes. And I'm simply asking you as a congressperson, what are you doing to reduce the cost of government? Thank you again.
I wasn't a homeowner when the federal government failed out the mortgage industry. I didn't own any stocks when the federal government failed out the banking industry. I didn't own a car when the federal government bailed out the auto industry. And the fact that our hard line is a 19-year-old who wants to go to college and turn around poverty in their family and change the trajectory for their children, we have a problem there. The federal government took on the responsibility of managing and overseeing the student loan program to make a profit. That's right. That's what they did. So you had people who, long before Obama, but even if it was, okay, I'll give that to you, even if it was Obama, we have a responsibility. It's a relay. We go from one administration to the other. This idea that, this was Obama's fault, because what was spent in the student loan forgiveness program doesn't even come close to the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, where 93% of the benefits went to the top 1% of the population.
Absolutely brilliant response, right? We all pay for things that we might not use. That's how a society works, right? My son, our youngest, is in 7th grade. In 5.5 years, I am not going to have any children in the school system for the first time in a long time, right? When that happens, should I continue to pay my share, my portion of the taxes that go to fund the local schools? I mean, if I don't have a student in them, why should I? Because we're a society and we want an educated society because we want an educated workforce and we want to be able to be competitive on the global stage. So I'm going to continue to pay my share of the school taxes. Also because it's part of my property taxes and I don't have a say in it. But you understand what I'm saying. We all pay for things that we might not use. There are elderly people on my block who pay their property taxes, and a significant chunk of that money goes to the local school system, and they don't have kids in the school system. They may never call an ambulance or need a police officer or step foot in a library or be in need of a fire engine to come help them put their house out. They may never utilize any of that. They may never go to any one of the local parks that are part of the park district system here. They may never go swim in the public pool. They might not go play disc golf on the disc golf course that we have here in town that's part of the park district. But they still pay their taxes towards it because that's what a society does. And when it comes to student loan forgiveness, what we've done, and it was long before Obama, was tell kids they need to go tens of thousands of dollars into debt in order to get an education that they absolutely need in order to be successful in life. That's what we told them, right? You need this education or nobody's going to hire you. You're not going to make any money. You're never going to make it in this world if you don't have this education. And oh, by the way, this education is far out of your reach. You don't have the money for this education. And unless your parents are part of the upper echelon, they don't have the money for this education. So you're going to go ahead and need to take out some student loans. Don't worry about it. We'll hook you up with those student loans. You can never You can never file them under your bankruptcy. You can never discharge them. You're going to have them for the remainder of your life, and the interest is going to continually compound, and it's just going to continue to drag you down and drown you. But you need to take the loan in order to get the education you need in order to be successful in society. That's what we told them, and then they went out and did it. And we're putting 19-year-olds into debt, tens of thousands of dollars, before they ever have an opportunity to go out and get a job because they need the education to go get the fucking job. It is such a fucked up system. And I'll give you that student loan forgiveness doesn't fix the system. What it does is it alleviates some financial hardships for a shitload of people that have been paying on those loans for decades and still can't get out from underneath them because of the way those loans are set up and structured. What we need to do is we need to fix the system itself. The system itself needs to be not from some other institution, directly from the federal government itself, tax-free, interest-free. That's it. That is how this needs to work. We need an educated workforce. And don't pretend like we don't. We don't want the next generation of people going from high school to college to the real world, or from high school to the real world and bypassing college, or from high school to a trade school and into college. We don't want them to be uneducated. Think about how much people bitch and moan about fast food workers already. You want an educated workforce. You want doctors and construction workers and dentists and bricklayers and scientists and drywallers. You want a mixture of people that are educated and trained in different skills at various levels. And we can't have a society that is constantly drowning in debt in order to be able to fulfill the needs of the society. We're better than that. We're better than that. So we need to fix the system as it is. But student loan forgiveness partially was a good start. I didn't want them to forgive 100%. I thought it should have been a percentage of everybody's loan. But it freed people up financially in ways that I don't think that gentleman can possibly understand. Seriously.